It all in, and then the next review what we did, and then we'd move on to the next stuff. And so when I would come to gigs that he had around town, and I would learn from the other ladies that he was working with at the time. It was Millie Edwards, it was Lisa Henry, it was Lori Tucker, it was the Wild Women, which was Geneva Price, and um, 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 oh my gosh, I'm trying to blank. Um, you who the Wild Women? Oh God, Myra Taylor,
Myra
and
Taylor, yes, uh-huh,
would go and watch I would go and watch Ida Macbeth, and I would go and watch Angela
yes.
Hancock, and I would go and watch Marilyn May, and I would go and watch Karen Allison, and I would go and watch Julie Turner, and I would go and watch all these people, and I would just go and sit and listen and observe and learn and take notes and ask questions. And I was never imposing, and I was never that kid that was trying to be like, "Ooh, can I sing a song?" I would just introduce myself and tell them who I was, and they'd see me learning, and I'd come to jam sessions and I'd sing my one or two songs, and then I was just a sponge, and I was this way for oh gosh, a long time. I think I started working with him, and I had my official first gig at the Phoenix as the Ebony Fondren Duo. It might have been September, October of 2000. And it was just me and Everett singing the songs that we had gone through. And it was a bit of a train wreck, but it was also really great. And, it was an opportunity for us I was so excited. I think I still have my poster somewhere in a notebook of my very first gig with Everett, but it took me a while to get there. I mean, I worked very hard, and like he wouldn't gig me. Like I said, he didn't gig me on the band. Um, and it just built, and I got the opportunity to host the jam session with him at the Phoenix, and we did that for like 8, 10 years, and that was such a learning ground, and where we were all able to shed as a band together. And then through that opportunity, we worked festivals and we traveled a little bit. And it was just stuff that I just know I would never learn in a classroom. And I'm very, very thankful for that. And so many other musicians that grew up in the Ever Van School of Groove that are working, musicians now. We all have that connection from him. And I have that sort of sisterhood slash auntie, to these ladies that I looked up to. And it's such a blessing and so humbling to be considered a peer by some of them now, and it's just, yeah. So it was a great, 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 great experience.
Yeah, I was just going to say, because
I know I've rambled on.
I'm hearing
Sorry.
this whole story really for the first time.
Oh,
And what I'm hearing, Ebony, is that, and we know about the history of jazz in Kansas City, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. But if no one has told you that you are that next generation of all of those greats, you should know that, because you really, you know, 30 years from now, you are the Ellas, the Sarah Vaughns. You're those women that you look up to, and as you said, that's a very important history that you're giving. So I'm loving that, and so appreciate you for being that. It's inspiring to me, but it's certainly inspiring to all of these young artists listening, and the work and the practice and the dedication that it takes to really do this, no matter of music. So,
and
as
that's
a
the
matter of
important.
fact, I was looking at uh, an interview with Lady Gaga, and
Mhm.
she had written out on a notepad when she was like 17 years old the labels that she was going to be signed by, and all of that ultimately did happen, with not without its bumps in the road.
Right.
But, certainly being willing to be resilient, persistent, learn your craft, do a great job, show up every day, is what really takes you to the next level. So thank you for sharing all that. I really appreciate hearing that.
And
Um,
it's that's one of the biggest takeaways that I try to share, because the generation, I guess, that came along after me were so much instant gratification and instant, payback on work. And it's just like, man, if you only knew, like, you
yeah.
know. And because I did not like go to school for jazz
Hmm.
in the, academia, I I also felt like I had to work a little harder and study a little more and just like, but I know that a lot of the vocalists that came before me, they didn't go to school either, you know?
Right. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
sorry, anyway, yeah, go ahead.
Wow. Wonderful, wonderful. Well, we have some congratulations that we have to give. Congratulations on your debut album,
Oh gosh.
The Journey to Kansas City with Love. The Journey to Kansas City with Love, released in
Yeah.
July of 2024. Is that right? Is that when was it released?
2023, July of
2023.
2020.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I mean,
All right.
the combination of years and years and years of like ideas and work and like procrastination and hesitation and fear and, and finally I had a conversation with a fellow musician here in Kansas City, and he was just like, because I was stuck on like, what do I do? Like I love so many things and I love so many genres, and he's like, just do it all. That's who you are. Just do it.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
so, so
Exactly.
I did it.
Exactly.
And then the Paris album happened. The
Oh,
following,
yes.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So now when was that released?
That was just released officially October of last year, and
Okay.
we did our Paris tour of it this past June. So
Yes.
we had
Okay.
the official release concert at New Morning in Paris.
Ooh,
Ooh!
c'est Paris, Paris.
Which was so amazing. So
Well,
yeah.
tell us about it. Tell us about the trip to Paris, the performance. Tell us all about
Yes.
it. And
So
the name
Paris
of the
is
album.
the name of the album is a an American in Paris, Ebony Fondren with the Laurent Road Orchestra. Um and let me see if I can let me see if I have some. Oh, okay, here we go. So this is The Journey, available on
Oh,
all
nice.
platforms. And this
Wow.
is Ebony Fondren with the Laurent Road Orchestra, also available on all platforms.
Beautiful, beautiful.
So,
Wonderful.
back in 2017 or 18, brilliant trumpet player from Kansas City called Herman Mahari,
Yes.
he announced that he was officially moving to Paris. And I was like, I'm coming to see you. Like, and I had a milestone birthday. Nobody needs to know, but I had a milestone birthday. I threw myself a party. And I'm sure you can put all two and two together. Actually, I'm proud of it. I had my 40th birthday. So I threw myself a party and I was like, I'm going to Paris. And this is all I want is, I had a little Eiffel Tower on the wall and like, like a little donation thing. And I was just like, this is what, I was like, I'm throwing my party. You're invited. It was catered. There was a bartender. I had a DJ. And I was like, I'm just trying to, if you want to donate or give me anything, it would be towards my first trip to Paris. And so I set this up with Herman, and I went for 2 weeks. And my guitar player at the time, Matt Hopper, he and his partner, they decided they were going to come along. And so we made it, was this beautiful musical journey of learning Paris for the first time. And I had always had this fascination, fixation with Paris from the time I was little. I don't know where it came from. I don't know if it was a movie, cartoons, Disney movies. Just always knew that I was in love with Paris. Don't ask me where it came from because I couldn't tell you. But I knew that I was going to go there eventually one of these days and I was going to sing jazz in Paris. So fast forward, I planned this trip. My first ticket was like, I got so cheap for like $400. I'm like, it's all falling into place. Like, I got a hotel right in the heart of Paris. And I just stayed there for 2 weeks and I ate all the things and I went to jam sessions and I went to clubs and I just kind of, Herman had made me a few connections. We had a couple of gigs. I had no expectations. I was just like, I'm going to go to Paris and this is my dream. And so I went, absolutely loved it, made a few connections. I'm like, I'm going again. So, um, so I went, uh, again the next year by myself, for my birthday. And I treated myself. And this was 2019. So 2018, I went for the first time. 2019, I went back. And I had a few more gigs, met a few more people, made some more connections. And then I had a plan to go back again in 2020. COVID happened. And so this trip was going to be like the trip. I had met this band. I had met Laurent. We stayed in touch. We had all these gigs planned all over the city. Like it was going to be amazing. I was so excited. COVID happened. The world shut down the day I was supposed to leave. And so I was like, "Ooh, do I go? Do I not go?" I didn't go, obviously, because if I would have gone, I would still probably be in Paris, which, you
Right.
know,
Right.
yeah, I'd be
Yeah.
speaking French and I'd be a citizen because Mama would have been stuck.
Yes. Yes.
But anyway, we kept in touch. We kept in touch. We decided, and on a fluke, um, in 2023, I was on the internet and a special for go to Paris on points came up and I'm like, I got a credit card. I've been saving some points. Let me take
Hmm.
a look. Sure enough, I had enough points to buy me a plane ticket to go back to Paris. So I reached out to Laurent. I said, I'm coming back. I'm coming in the end of February. And he was like, great, let's record an album. I said, awesome. And I had just collective of artists and people who love and support music. And so they kind of help put all of this together, this tour together, and we got this release gig at New Morning, which is a very historical, famous, amazing club in Paris. And I was just like kicking myself all over Paris. The fact that I was like, oh my God, I'm about to sing a New Morning. It was just really cool. Um, so yeah, that's kind of how, not in a nutshell, but like how it all kind of came to fruition of my obsession with Paris. So I've gone last year, I went this year again in June. That's what I said, and stayed. It was the hottest month of the year. There was a heat wave. But it was
Heard
amazing
about
because I was
that.
in Paris, so I
Yeah.
don't really care.
Wow. Well, I again, just the breadth of your experience is so inspiring, and it really uh lends itself to to individuals that are wanting to start a career kind of a tutorial on what to
Mhm.
do, and how to expand your territory, take a chance, look for
Take a
those
chance.
opportunities that show up, go for it, and I think that that's going to be very helpful to the people that are listening that are in that position, or looking to have opportunities like that to really open up the door for themselves. So
Yeah.
thank you for sharing that information. I'm sure that's going to be really helpful. Now, going back to some of the music
Hmm.
that's on your album, on American in Paris, do you have a favorite? I guess I should ask.
Ooh, okay. So I talked with Laurent about how, we wanted to do these songs, and he has a great nonette that he works with and a great musicians that we end up playing in the quartet and stuff around town. But he has like a really cool sort of, so there's strings, there's a quartet of strings, a trumpet, a sax. Um, Laurent also plays Hammond organ like Everett and piano. And so there's also a bassist and then of course a great drummer. And so we did a really cool, I guess, boogie version of my band.
Thank you for watching On Stage on Fave Unite TV. If you're new to Fave Unite TV and you enjoyed what you saw, please leave a comment below, give us a thumbs up, and share it with your friends. If you'd like to see more content from Fave Unite TV, go ahead and subscribe. We're here for Black stories and Black storytellers. We're showcasing the culture on Fave Unite TV.